After 60, your muscles shrink by up to 8% every single decade. Let that sink in for a moment. 8% of your hard-earned muscle mass vanished every 10 years. And here is the most alarming part. It happens even if you take a long walk every single day. You could be hitting your 10,000 steps, breathing the fresh air, and feeling productive, while underneath the surface, your physical foundation is slowly withering away. This is not just a statistic. It is a silent thief that steals your freedom, your energy, and your future. If you want to stay healthy, strong, and completely independent as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. We share science-backed health tips like this every single day to help you navigate life with vitality. For over 20 years, I have watched a very sad, predictable pattern happen to thousands of wonderful women. They enter their 60s feeling energetic, happy, and fully ready to enjoy their hard-earned retirement. They have big plans to travel, play with their grandchildren, tend to their gardens, and finally live life on their own terms. Then a subtle, almost unnoticeable shift begins to happen. They find it just a little harder to get up from a deep, comfortable couch. They feel a bit unsteady, a little hesitant when stepping off a high sidewalk. They notice their grocery bags feel heavier than they used to, and opening a tight jar becomes a frustrating chore. Most women think this is just a normal, inevitable part of getting older. They accept it. But behind the scenes, inside their deep tissues, their bodies are losing the very foundation of youth. This foundation is lean muscle mass, medically known as sarcopenia. Without it, your bones become brittle and weak, your balance fades into fear, and your independence slowly slips away until you are forced to rely on others for daily tasks. But it does not have to be this way. Today, I am going to share the exact 5 strength exercises that can completely halt and reverse this process, allowing you to reclaim your body's true power. Now, before we continue and dive into these life-changing exercises, take a quick moment to tell me your age and where you are watching us from in the comments below. This helps our team understand exactly who we are helping so we can keep creating the best possible content for you. Here is what most people get completely wrong about staying fit and active after 60. We have been told for decades, by popular media and outdated fitness guides, that walking is the absolute best, ultimate exercise for older adults. You hear it constantly from well-meaning friends, read it in health magazines, and even hear it from some doctors who are not up to date on the latest geriatric exercise science. They tell you to just get your daily steps in, go for a nice stroll around the neighborhood, and you will be perfectly fine. But let me be absolutely clear, blunt, and honest with you. Walking is wonderful for your heart, it is fantastic for your mental health, it regulates your blood sugar, and it keeps your cardiovascular system active. But walking does absolutely nothing to build strong muscles or protect your bones from deteriorating. In fact, a landmark 2022 study from the University of Michigan followed hundreds of women over 60. They found that those who only did walking, with no form of resistance training, still lost up to 15% of their lower body strength over a 5-year period. That is a shocking, terrifying number for someone who thinks they are doing everything right. Relying only on walking to maintain your youth is exactly like painting your house when the wooden foundation is cracking and rotting away from termites. You look at it from the outside and you feel good because it looks pretty, and you feel like you are doing something beneficial, but the deep internal structure is still falling apart. To save your physical structure, you must put direct resistance on your muscles to keep them alive, awake, and growing. Resistance means making your muscles work against an external weight, a band, or the gravitational force of your own body weight. It forces the muscle fibers to repair, thicken, and become resilient. Let us count down, starting with number 5, the chair squat. Most people hear the word squat and immediately think of young, sweaty athletes lifting massive iron bars in fancy, expensive gyms. They worry that bending their knees deeply will ruin their joints forever, cause arthritis flare-ups, or leave them injured. But actually, the squat is not a gym trick. It is the most natural, fundamental movement your human body can possibly make. Every single time you get out of a car, sit down on a toilet, or rise from your favorite living room chair, you are executing a squat. If you do not practice this movement with added intention and resistance, your thighs lose their power rapidly. A 2021 study from Harvard Medical School found that older adults who practiced targeted squats just 3 times a week increased their lower body leg power by a massive 24% in just a couple of months. Think of your thigh muscles, your quadriceps and glutes, like the brakes on a moving car. If the brakes are weak, worn out, and thin, the car cannot stop safely, and the metal structures grind together. If your thighs are weak, your knee joints take all the brutal pressure of your body weight every time you walk downstairs, and that causes severe chronic pain. To do a chair squat safely and effectively at home, stand directly in front of a sturdy dining room chair with your back to it. Position your feet apart, keeping them at the exact same width as your shoulders, with your toes pointing slightly outward. Keep your chest lifted and your eyes looking forward. Slowly lower your hips back and down, as if you are searching for the seat behind you. Keep your weight in your heels, not your toes. Let your bottom lightly touch the chair cushion, but do not fully sit down or relax your core. The moment you feel the fabric, push hard through your heels, squeeze your glutes, and stand back up straight. Do this 10 times in a row for one complete set. Now, to make this exercise work even better and actually rebuild the muscle tissue you have lost, you need to feed your muscles the right building blocks immediately after. You should aim for roughly 25 grams of high-quality protein within an hour of your workout. You can easily get this from 3 large boiled eggs or a small 4-ounce chicken breast. But wait until you see number 4, because it protects the most important delicate joint in your entire upper body. Before we move on, I have a quick question for you. Have you personally experienced knee pain, stiffness, or trouble getting up from a low seat recently? Comment yes or no below right now. I read every single comment to see how we can tailor our future videos. Moving on to number 4, the wall push-up. Most women hear the word push-up and instantly dismiss it. They think it is far too hard, requires masculine upper body strength, and is simply impossible for them. They picture themselves lying flat on a cold, dirty gym floor, struggling to push their entire body weight up, which is a big mistake because traditional floor push-ups can put immense, dangerous strain on your lower back and shoulders if your core isn't strong enough. The wonderful truth is, you can use a simple, flat wall in your home to get all the profound upper body benefits without any of the dangerous strain. This exercise targets your chest, the front of your shoulders, your core, and the triceps muscles at the back of your arms, which tend to become loose as we age. A fascinating 2023 study from Oxford University discovered that women over 60 who engaged in upper body resistance work just twice a week improved their bone mineral density in their wrists and forearms by 11%. This is absolutely crucial because your wrists are the very first line of defense you use to catch yourself if you ever trip or lose your balance. Strong wrists prevent devastating fractures. Think of your upper body like the structural pillars of a beautiful house. If the pillars become weak, brittle, and neglected, the roof starts to sag, your shoulders round forward, and your neck protrudes. To do a wall push-up correctly, find a clear, flat wall. Stand about an arm's length away from it. Place your palms flat on the wall surface at exact shoulder height and width. Step your feet back just a few inches, so your body leans forward at a slight angle. Keep your body as straight as a solid wooden board from your head down to your heels. Do not let your hips sag forward or stick out backward. Slowly bend your elbows, pointing them slightly downward rather than flared out, and lower your chest and face toward the wall. Stop when your nose is just an inch away from the surface. Hold for a split second, then push yourself back using the deliberate strength of your hands and arms until your elbows are straight but not locked. Repeat this smooth movement 12 times. To build and repair the delicate fibers for these upper body muscles, your body requires extra calcium combined with protein. Eating 1 cup of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt provides an incredible 23 grams of protein and 30% of your daily calcium needs. But wait until you see number 3 because it stops you from losing your balance entirely. Before we go any further into the top 3, if this information is making sense and adding value to your life so far, please hit that like button. It takes just 1 second and it tells me directly that you want more practical, deeply researched videos just like this one. Now let us discuss number 3, the step up. Most people believe that losing your balance is just an inevitable, natural occurrence that happens as you get older, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to prevent it. They view slipping, tripping, or falling as just a matter of bad luck or environmental hazards. But actually, balance is not a matter of luck. It is a physical skill that depends almost entirely on the localized strength of your deep hip stabilizers and ankle muscles. When you walk up a flight of stairs, step over an unexpected curb, or get out of a bathtub, you are spending a critical moment balancing on just one single leg. If your side hip muscles, specifically the gluteus medius, are weak and unconditioned, your pelvis drops, your upper body sways wildly to the side, and you can easily tumble over. A comprehensive 2020 study from the University of Sydney found that regular step-up exercises reduce the overall risk of dangerous falls in older adults by a massive 31%. Think of your hip stabilizer muscles like the heavy-duty guy wires that hold up a tall tent in a park. If the wires on one side are loose, frayed, and weak, the entire tent will blow over in a gentle, unexpected gust of wind. To do a step-up correctly and safely at home, find the very bottom step of your household staircase. Make absolutely sure there is a sturdy, reliable railing or a wall you can lightly touch with your hand for ultimate safety. Place your entire right foot firmly and securely on the step. Do not let your heel hang off the edge. Press down intentionally through your right heel, activate your thigh, and lift your left foot up into the air until it meets the right foot on the step. Once both feet are securely on the step, slowly, with complete control, lower your left foot back down to the original floor. Do this 10 times in a row on the right leg, then switch legs completely and do 10 times on the left leg. The secret here is to move slowly. Do not drop down heavily like a rock. Control your body weight on the way down, as that is where the muscle is actually built. To support the complex nervous system that controls your balance, spatial awareness, and muscle reflexes, you need a steady intake of vitamin B12. You can easily get your full, optimal daily dose of vitamin B12 from just a 3-ounce serving of baked salmon or convenient canned tuna. But wait until you see number 2, because it directly fixes your posture and stops nagging back pain. I would love to hear your personal journey. What specifically made you click on this video today? Are you experiencing a change in your strength, or are you trying to protect a loved one? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. That brings us to number 2, the seated row. Most women notice with a sense of sadness that their shoulders start to round forward, and a slight hump begins to develop at the base of their neck as the years pass by. They assume it is just a natural, unavoidable bowing of the spine that they have no choice but to accept as they age. But this aging posture does not happen because your bones just suddenly decide to bend. It happens because the crucial postural muscles in your upper back become weak, overstretched, and loose, like old worn-out rubber bands that have lost their elasticity. At the very same time, because we spend so much time sitting, reading, or looking down at our phones, our chest muscles become incredibly tight, short, and rigid, pulling your shoulders forward even more. This distorted bad posture compresses your lungs, pinches the sensitive nerves in your neck, and creates a painful chronic strain on your lower back. A major 2024 study from the prestigious Mayo Clinic found that women who actively strengthened their upper back muscles through rowing movements reduced their long-term risk of spinal compression fractures by an astonishing 35%. Think of your upper back muscles like the leather reins held by a rider on a horse. If you pull the reins tight and hold them with strength, the horse pulls its chest out, holds its head up high, and walks proud and straight. To do a highly effective seated row at home, you do not need a gym machine. You just need a simple, inexpensive, elastic resistance band. Sit tall on the edge of a firm, stable chair with your legs extended straight out in front of you, heels on the floor. Loop the resistance band securely around the center arches of your feet so it cannot slip off. Hold one end of the band tightly in each hand, starting with your arms fully extended in front of you. Keep your back completely straight, like a disciplined soldier standing at attention. Now draw your elbows back smoothly toward your belly button, pulling your hands toward your waist while focusing on squeezing your shoulder blades together as tightly as possible. Imagine you are trying to hold a crisp dollar bill tightly between your shoulder blades and don't want it to drop. Hold that intense contraction for 1 full second, then slowly, smoothly let your arms go straight again over a count of 3. Do this 15 times for a full set. To help your deep tendons, ligaments, and muscle fibers repair and synthesize new tissue after this movement, your body requires vitamin C combined with amino acids. Eating 1 cup of sweet, fresh strawberries or a single whole orange provides all the necessary vitamin C your liver needs to produce the collagen that rebuilds these vital structural tissues. But wait until you see number 1, because it is the ultimate, gold standard test of true functional youth and longevity. Finally, we have reached number 1. The farmer carry. Most people mistakenly think that lifting weights means you must stand perfectly still in front of a mirror and pump your arms up and down doing bicep curls. They view carrying items around the house as just a boring chore, a necessity of life, rather than a legitimate, highly therapeutic exercise. But actually, carrying heavy objects across a distance is the most complete, effective, full-body workout an older woman can possibly perform. It builds your grip strength, which clinical science has proven is the #1 biomarker and predictor of long life in seniors. A monumental 2019 study published in the prestigious Lancet Medical Journal looked at hundreds of thousands of adults globally. They discovered that a decrease in individual grip strength was actually a significantly stronger, more accurate predictor of all-cause mortality and cardiovascular disease than traditional blood pressure readings. If you lack the strength to securely hold a heavy bag of groceries, a gallon of milk, or a suitcase, it means your entire muscular system is losing its systemic vitality and neurological connection. Think of your grip and forearm strength like the deep, sprawling roots of a massive oak tree. If the roots are shallow, weak, and decaying, the entire tree, no matter how large it looks, can be easily knocked over by a single sudden summer storm. To perform the farmer carry safely in your own home, grab 2 identical equal-weight objects from your kitchen pantry or laundry room. You can easily use 2 small jugs of water, 2 bottles of laundry detergent, or 2 heavy soup cans. Hold one object firmly in each hand and let your arms hang straight down naturally by your sides. Stand up as absolutely tall as you possibly can, elongating your spine toward the ceiling. Pull your shoulders back and down, open your chest, and look straight ahead at the wall. Now begin taking 20 small, slow, deliberate steps forward in a perfectly straight line across your room. When you reach the wall, turn around very carefully, maintaining your balance, and take 20 steps back to your starting point. Keep your stomach and core muscles tight and engaged throughout the entire walk. This deceptively simple movement strengthens your hands, your forearms, your shoulders, your abdominal core, your lower back, and your hips, all at the exact same time. It is a true full-body synchrony. To keep your nervous system and muscle fibers firing correctly and preventing painful night cramps, you need plenty of dietary magnesium. You can get a rich, bioavailable supply of magnesium by simply adding a handful of raw pumpkin seeds or a half cup of cooked vibrant spinach into your daily diet. Let us pump the brakes for just a second. I need to be completely brutally honest with you about safety before you rush off to begin these exercises. Your health is your wealth, but safety is the absolute law. If you are currently suffering from severe unmanaged joint pain, advanced diagnosed osteoporosis, or have recently undergone a hip or knee joint replacement surgery within the past year, you absolutely must talk to your primary doctor or a licensed physical therapist before attempting these movements. I am not saying this to scare you away from movement because movement is medicine, but your safety is the single most important thing to me. It is completely normal, expected, and even a good sign to feel a mild, dull ache or stiffness in your muscle bellies a day or 2 after exercising. This is called delayed onset muscle soreness, and it is simply a sign that your body is successfully building new, youthful tissue. But let me be very clear. If you ever feel a sharp, shooting, burning, or stabbing pain inside your actual joints, like your kneecaps, your shoulder sockets, or your lower vertebrae, you must stop the movement immediately. Never under any circumstances try to push through joint pain. Furthermore, if you experience sudden dizziness, a feeling of lightheadedness, severe shortness of breath, or any tightness or pressure in your chest while exercising, sit down right away on the nearest chair, rest, and seek professional medical help if the symptoms do not pass. So now you are fully convinced, your mind is made up, but you might be thinking, how do I actually do this in my busy real life without getting overwhelmed? Look, let me take the pressure off your shoulders. You do not need to buy an expensive, intimidating gym membership. You do not need to drive anywhere, and you certainly do not need to wear fancy, tight workout clothes. The simplest, most effective way to start is right in the comfort of your own living room during television commercial breaks or while your favorite show is playing. Choose just 2 of these 5 exercises to try tomorrow morning. You can easily perform the chair squat while your morning coffee is brewing on the counter. You can easily do the wall push-up for 1 minute while you wait for your lunch to heat up in the microwave. You do not need hours of empty free time to change your biology. Just 10 minutes of focused, intentional resistance movement every other day will create massive, undeniable changes in your physical strength, your energy levels, and your posture within a single month. If you do not own hand weights, do not let that stop you. Use empty plastic water bottles filled up with dry sand, or grab 2 heavy books from your bookshelf. It costs absolutely $0 to save your health, protect your independence, and rewrite your aging story. Look, there is a massive amount of confusing noise, complicated routines, and extreme programs out there in the fitness world today. You do not need to overthink this, and you do not need to make your life complicated. Your body is a beautiful, resilient machine that just needs a little bit of regular loving maintenance to stay strong, vibrant, and youthful. Start with just 5 simple repetitions of one single exercise today. Your body will tell you immediately if it is working because you will feel a warm, beautiful glow of youthful energy return to your limbs. If this video helped you today, please hit that like button to support our work. And if you want more deeply researched, practical health videos just like this one, make sure you are fully subscribed with notifications turned on because we post new science-backed health tips every single day to guide you. Stay healthy, stay independent, and stay incredibly strong. I will see you in the very next video.